We might be a few hours from Hollywood, but make no mistake, Las Vegas has had a profound impact on the film industry. Some of the most iconic movie scenes ever filmed happened right here. And now, Las Vegas Movie Tours takes you on set as we follow along with 13 Action News' Amy Abdelsayed.
From romance to comedy to utter chaos. Las Vegas has a long history in cinema, but until recently, there's a film experience we haven't really had yet.
I dare say it's a little bit like nothing else.
Chris Ramirez is the CEO of Las Vegas Movie Tours.
A ride experience down the Las Vegas Strip to the Arts District.
They take you to locations around town where movies were filmed, and if there's one thing Chris knows really well, it's movie locations. He worked in location management for several productions.
I worked on Hangover and Hangover 3 and Race to Witch Mountain and a ton of little indies like About Sunny and Frank and Lola. And
Chris was the guy in charge of finding and securing spots to shoot scenes.
Cool bars that they'd never seen, or cool streets, or cool alleys, or hey, how do we get in this casino?
This picture of Justin Long and Imogen Poots was taken at the Velveteen Rabbit while working on Frank and Lola. And this is the plaza with fake highlights for Hangover 3, the scene where Chow parachutes into a limo. Chris says they couldn't shut down the strip to shoot that scene, so he suggested downtown and they spruced up the hotel.
I have been very involved in the movie industry here and loved it.
Now he's taking his expertise to a new kind of theater.
It's a 25-seat movie theater on wheels.
The tour bus is not your average bus. It has screens on screens on screens.
As we pass all the casinos and properties where these movies were made, and we're showing clips on TV screens with graphics overhead like the Fremont Street Experience.
And adding to the immersive experience are the tour guides, who are all actors and artists, like Jason Harris, a filmmaker and comedian in Las Vegas. But on the tour, he has a different persona. All of the guides have characters.
Did I pick my character? I agreed based on the idea that I was going to get to ride a Segway. And I have still not ridden that Segway.
Jason says interacting with the guests is one of his favorite parts of the job.
Each tour is going to be different because we base it on the people around and who are in each group.
The guides don't just joke around. They know a lot about the films and have interesting facts to share. On the tour, I learned that Ed Helms actually has a missing tooth. They worked it into the Hangover films.
This is a really loose environment. Jeff Carter wrote a great script for us, and that's kind of the foundation, but we all have the creative freedom to make the tour our own.
Locals know the name Jeff Carter. He's an established writer and longtime journalist. In fact, Chris points to his team as part of what makes the project so great.
To me, and I think to a lot of people who know Las Vegas and know Las Vegas art and know Las Vegas culture, they're a who's who of very talented people that I would thought had no business doing some stupid idea with me. And they did, and it's what I think is going to make it really good.
Meanwhile, Chris is just full of interesting insights. As part of the tour, the bus stops in the Arts District so you can visit their gift shop. But then Chris points out that the businesses across the street were also used in Hangover 3. I've been to that part of town so many times and I had no idea until he said something.
I think people will get a lot of information out of it that they might not have known.
In the movie, the storefronts were designed by the filmmakers. The Hangover was a huge hit. To this day, it's one of the highest grossing R-rated films in the US. But I wanted to know what Las Vegas movie Chris thought was the most underrated.
Selfishly, Frank and Lola, it was set in New York and we changed the script to Las Vegas and we shot all downtown and we used like Frankie's Tiki, Commonwealth, Downtown Tattoo, Jewel, Carson Kitchen, El Cortez. So it's this little movie that was never supposed to be made in Las Vegas, and it's all Las Vegas. So that's my underrated movie.
Learn more about Las Vegas Movie Tours on ktmv.com/art. For How To Vegas, I'm Amy Abdelsayed.